3, 2, 1. You're on.
Hey there, fellow art nerds, and welcome back to the Pin Clique. We are about to start season number 3. I am so excited about that. Are you guys excited about that?
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
That's my click you can hear behind me. For those of you that have never been here before, hi, I'm your host, Deanna Powell. The Pin Clique is a monthly online art show where every month the artists get a prompt. They use their very creative imaginations to come up with things you think you could come up with an idea for a prompt, and you see their stuff and you're like, wow, talented group. My mind is expanded. But sorry, I did put up my notes, guys. Be proud of me. I put them in front of me and I can't read and look.
Dude, you rock it every time anyway.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I tried to do a show
Yeah.
myself one time and I bombed.
Blow some more smoke. Anyway, the Pin Clique is brought to you by Clever Kaiju and our other sponsors, Playco Games, VisionCon Pop Culture Convention, and Tremendicon Creators Convention. More about them later in the show. Let me tell you how the Pin Clique works really quickly. I kind of did. They get the prompts, they draw it. We bring it to you on the last Thursday of the month. If you stick around till the end, you'll get to hear what we're doing for Spooky October too. But this month we are doing Mutant League Wrestling, and I'm going to bring out the rest of the clique for this month, along with my co-host, Mr. Gary Vidal.
Hello. How are you guys out there in internet land? Thank you guys tonight for coming to the Pin Clique. Should we go through the rounds and introduce everyone? Everyone introduces themselves. How do we want to do that this time, Deanna?
Yeah.
Let me call everybody out. You've met Deanna. You've met Gary. We've got Haley Codling again tonight.
Whoop.
We've got Nate Howard.
Hey.
We've got Daryl Clounch.
Yo.
We've got Isaac Crawford.
Hey.
We've got Eric E. Danger Wright back joining us tonight to hang out.
Cool
and
shirt.
then new to the Pin Clique, we have got Mr. John Lucas.
Hello. Yeah.
And Cliff Gamble.
Yeah.
I was hoping I got the last name right. You didn't let me cheat. You didn't put it on your name tag on your thing. I'm like, Gamble, yes.
Wisconsin representing tonight.
I forgot to make a roster.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
It was kind of random every time, isn't it?
Usually, sometimes I'll take volunteers. I liked it. The thing I liked when we did these live at the conventions this year was I had the audience call out numbers, so I wasn't in trouble with somebody. The one rule is Gary never goes first or last, because for some reason we amuse him. So. That's the wrong word.
But you know what? We're 3 seasons deep, and they did it every episode.
Yeah, no, yeah. So we're the fools.
Except
Right.
Epic Monster Tavern Party. You were first on that one. But for tonight, do I have a volunteer?
Yeah, all right. I'll go.
Yeah, Nate's gonna go.
Because I'm crazy.
This Mutant League Wrestling, we didn't really explain it, I guess, if you didn't read the event. It was mutated, lab created, or there's one more word. Modified.
Yeah, that's
wrestlers.
It's a good scope. Yeah, and the title was perfect, and whoever came up with it, because I'm a huge fan of the Sega Genesis games, the Mutant League Hockey and Mutant League Football. So Mutant League, believe it or not, I didn't go in the style with it, but I really appreciated it. But here we go. This is my guy.
The
Somehow,
get out of here.
there was something fascinating about a dude because
no.
I did this entirely in well, okay. There's one thing that I couldn't do, or I could do, I just didn't know how. But I did all of this entirely in Procreate for the first time. There's one other project, one other little concept art piece that I did in Procreate, and I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. So then I decided to try to tackle this whole thing in Procreate just to see how usable it was for me, and I was impressed. It was interesting. It took a bit more time because I had to learn it as I went, but
Oh, cool.
but I was happy with it. Like just I like nothing said like hands and arm practice like a poly appendage patriot. And I went back and forth on several different ways that I was gonna have his arms go, how they were be arranged. A couple of characters in Mortal Kombat were a big reference as far as having like the dual shoulders with or having like the or the old Spider-Man comics where they were like literally all 6 arms were like all the way down to the hip, and I didn't really like that. So I don't know, it's kind of a mix of both, but it was fun. It was an interesting anatomy lesson, and I'm still not sure if I got it right because it is odd, but
And it looks good though.
I thought it was fun. It was cool.
Is this somehow referencing It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
What's that?
Is this a reference to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in any way, or
No,
wrestling?
that'd be cool. Like I like that show, but no. Bucko is in the name. The Bucko 5.
No, I just meant like the wings and the abs and I didn't know if it was like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia wrestling Voltron or something.
Oh no, no. I was
Yeah.
originally it was just going to be some like Uncle Sam, like 6-armed Uncle
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
nutbag, and then I added the beak and then the feathers because I wanted to mutate him a little bit, and then, and then the Bucko 5 is actually a Team America reference because
Okay.
freedom cost a Bucko 5.
Oh.
So,
The old
so
I love how he has this big bottom jaw, bottom lip. Like, I mean, it really goes with the character, but then I'm like, but how does that work with a beak for the upper?
yeah.
edge?
He's just this big flappy lip with his
And the
hard
mustache is like under the beak. Is that what?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Fun.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, look, like it sometimes takes a few different versions to come up with, a
Yeah.
poly appendage patriot.
As he is.
I feel like it takes a few different looks to see everything.
Mhm.
Because every time I glance at it, I'm like, oh, I missed it. I missed the fingers. Oh, I missed. I didn't mean to do that while I was talking.
Yeah, I was sitting at the tattoo shop and working on it, and I've had people definitely like, oh man, nice bulge.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Well, you can. That's fine. I don't know if it's quite the same the juicy category, but that we the history has shown from other
Sarah.
but that's the thing is I don't know if that's a title that any of us could give. So it is what it is.
I mean, it's like juicy and like in a 2-piece and a biscuit way, but not like
I mean, it's kind of Colonel Sanders-y, with the beak for sure. Yeah.
I appreciate that you.
It could be a 6-piece in a biscuit.
Yeah.
I appreciate you didn't just mirror the arms, so you could get away with only drawing 3.
Well, if I was smart, maybe. Well, see, that would have been an alright idea.
No, I like that they're different.
I mean, but that's the thing. Is like once I drew one, I just, I was like, well, I'm gonna do them the same on both sides. But yeah, I guess I could have saved some time. But
It makes it more.
but it didn't really matter because I had to because I was gonna color it by hand and shade it by hand anyway. So yeah, no, I mean, it was. No, it was cool. Yeah, so Procreate, I'm impressed. There's some limitations, or at least maybe I just couldn't find. It wasn't as like I'm not used to it compared to like the Adobe suite, but I mean it's actually pretty impressive what you can do. And for sketching and traditional work, like I don't think Adobe holds a candle to it. Like I think they're so far ahead of their game. And I haven't and this was just stock pencils. Like I didn't add any brushes or anything.
For me, Procreate was one of the most like intuitive programs where it's like I feel like I didn't have to learn very much. It's just little tippy taps, and then you treat it like a sketchbook, and that made me very happy when I first tried it out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I'll definitely do more work with it. It was good, and it was just handy to have. But no, actually, there was one thing I did. I did the lettering, the Bucko 5 and the poly appendage pager. I did do that in Illustrator because I don't trust anything outside of Illustrator for text. But I did bring those in.
Nice.
This piece just makes me happy.
The what?
It just,
I know.
it's like I was looking at it, and it's just a slow increasing rolling chuckle with every single thing. The poly appendage patriot.
Alliteration kills me.
That's
I need this on a pack of bottle rockets.
Yes.
I need.
I of all the fireworks displays that I designed in my time in the packaging company and all the that are still floating around, I wish I would have submitted this. I bet this would have been picked up.
Dude, yeah.
Like I would have had at least an artillery shell box of this guy floating around in tents right now if I'd submitted it. But I guess it just wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't really hadn't found my kaiju stride at that time in my life.
You could put it on a T-shirt, but all the wrong people would buy it and want to wear it.
It would be kind of like sarcastic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, guys. Thank you.
I'm going to say it feels like a slight missed opportunity that you did not put little white feathers in his armpits.
Yeah, I thought about that, but that's the thing. And here's the thing: I actually intended to add extra shine to him, make him look like he was extra oiled down and extra greasy. But I opted for the feathers instead because it just felt too busy. I had it on another layer and I hid it, but it felt too busy and too noisy. I could have toned it down, I guess, but yeah, I suppose that would have been a good trade-off. Is the feathers in the armpit? Yeah, I see what you mean. Because I mean, if he's gonna have this arm hair / feathers, he's probably gonna have it in his armpits. But it's like, how do you make it look like '90s wrestler? Like he's got the 4-pack, which is still generous as far as abs go with wrestlers. But
Those shorts are pretty rocking too, man. I have to say that.
no, I just kind of made them up as I
There's
went.
some wrestling shorts.
Wrestling shorts. Yep. Bucko 5.
So
I'm glad that was the very first image of the first episode.
Well, because I imagine everybody is gonna, and I haven't looked or anything, but it's just I know some of you artists well enough to know that you're going to go complete body horror, like insane creature mashups and gnarly teeth and all the crazy. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll be the funny cute guy. So I had to get that out of the way.
There's a little bit of everything. I'm the only one that gets to peek in the folder ahead of time.
Yeah.
There's a little bit. You're all gonna something for everybody. I'm trying to maneuver too many windows. Should I take another volunteer? Now that Cliff and John, now that you've seen how it's going, you don't have to go next, but
I can go. I feel like mine is a good follow-up to Nate's.
all right.
I don't know. It looked like Cliff was about to open his mouth, like he was about to.
I think he was going to volunteer Daryl. I saw it in his eyes.
that SOB goes.
I don't know about you guys, but I think.
Oh, I do have a quick technical question before you go.
Yeah.
Nate, I don't think I can share links in the YouTube chat.
Oh, really?
Or I did it wrong. I started with yours and you have a lot of links. It might have just been too many characters. For anyone confused right now, this is the first year we're broadcasting live on YouTube instead of Facebook. So
Nice.
might still be learning a few things.
Okay. Yeah, then that's and that's when I trust the setup, my ultimate goal is to dual stream at the same time into the actual event on Facebook, just like we used to.
Okay.
Also on our Kaiju YouTube channel as well. I don't trust the platform yet. I've done a lot of dabbling with streaming where I tried to do a little bit of both, and it was butts. And I I just don't want to sabotage the entire stream until I know that it works. So we may have a test stream just for fun
Okay.
that we can afford to lose if it goes bad. But
But make sure everyone can hear you this time.
yeah,
Yeah.
On the test
I'm
stream.
assuming they can hear me now. I mean, OBS is telling me that I'm loud and clear, beautiful, but
Perfect.
We'll
Well,
put
anybody
subtitles on
watching-
later.
Anybody watching this, instead of in the chat, when this is over, we'll make sure and put links to every one of these talented
Yeah.
artists for you in the description,
yeah.
so you can find them later. All right, Daryl, I can't wait to see your mutated wrestler.
Okay.
I did peek in the folder, but I didn't look specifically at names.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh my gosh! How do you?
Like-
beat-
Totally different energy with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
But I felt that
dude.
Yeah,
You
the
got the
6
multiple
updates.
pairs of eyes in there. I'm jealous.
his name is Granddaddy Longlegs. In my mind, as I was drawing it, he was one of the first in the Mutant Wrestling League. So now he's just kind of like an older, creepy, out of date guy, but he shows up to the conventions.
He's just kind of the Ric Flair of mutant wrestling.
I based his face, and the thing that for whatever stuck in my head was Randy Savage from Spider-Man as Buzzsaw, whatever.
You're going nowhere.
Exactly.
Fine for 3 minutes.
I got you for 3 minutes. He has a little bit of that with Serge Tankanen from I don't know if I'm saying it right, from System of a Down. But the three sets of eyes, dude, I'm a sucker for any creature with multiple pairs of eyes. I don't know why, but you
Wow.
rounded every corner that I. And not even that, not even 6 arms. He has 8 arms.
Yeah.
He has hands for feet.
Yeah, that foot around the wire is creeping me out for some reason. I don't know.
That was the battle I had in my head, was to begin with making it super creepy, and then I was like, it needs to be, I wanted it to look like a character from Mad, like Don Martin had drew it, and then I realized I can't draw like Don Martin, so I just went for the middle ground. But speaking of
Good Don
the
Martin.
references, this is my awesome
Oh my goodness.
so, that's what I was going off of.
I want a print of that.
Did you make that, or is this something you found?
Oh no, I put that together.
I thought we about had an AI example on our hands.
I should have.
AI, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
See, this viewers is why you tune in to see how they come up with. This is how they come up with what you finally
Mhm.
see.
This is so
You-
cool.
You know what I love is that, I've been around you for quite a while and seen your work, and it's just crazy how different it is. Like if you go back and watch the episode, the Swamp Thing episode, and like how different that and like your painted watercolor feeling stuff is different from this compared to like your image stills that you paint. And I think it's just really, really rad. If you guys haven't went and looked at his work, you should, because like it's so diverse in how he does it. So
It's a perfect
that's really
excuse
cool.
to go watch all the old episodes.
yes, it is. It totally is. But yeah, man, I love that. It's very, very diverse. I love how comic book it feels. And I don't get to see you do a lot of like comic book like stuff. So that's freaking awesome. What was your process though? Like, was it like a hard factory brush and then you're doing flats? Like, how are you?
Here, I'm gonna stop sharing. While I was waiting for my girls in the car pickup line, I just did it pen and ink.
Oh, that's
Wow.
Dude,
wicked.
And I really like it better like this than colored, but
It
I
looks
wanted
cool, man. I mean, just from on the
Yeah.
screen, it looks cool. The dynamic of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How long were you sitting in line?
It's like 25 minutes at least every day.
Wow.
So it's either that or Duolingo Spanish. So I mixed it up. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really well done, man. I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I originally was, like I said, Don Martin, or like the old What the Marvel Comics.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Mad Magazine. I wanted to do that, but naturally I waited too long, and so I was like, well, I'm just gonna draw my own style, and so
Naturally.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, well done, Daryl, dude. That's so cool.
Can you imagine a round of arm wrestling between him and Buck?
Dude, and that's what I mean. It's like I think he would. It's like, how can you compete with somebody with 6 arms? It's like I get, like he would get so like, what do I do with? I don't even know what to do with my own hands, let alone 6. That's why I was like, I didn't want to like mirror them, but it's just like there's 3 different personalities that I wanted to get across with Buck, and that was the typical wrestler, the patriot, and the rebel, with the fingers, and it's just like, well, I mean, that just makes sense. Like, how did you decide what to do with each of the hands? Like I.
Again, it was that buzzsaw reference because Randy Savage was like doing this
Yeah.
all the time. So I just really wanted to give some energy to him like that. Like just movement was all I was looking for. But
That's funny.
I really wanted you to feel like there was another character that he was yelling at on the other side. He was going to get his ass
He's
kicked,
just taunting
obviously.
him, is what he's doing. He's just like laughing at him. There's probably another fight going on. He was uninvited, and he's just like on the side, just cackling at him.
Just comes in with the folding chair.
Yeah, I better see a chair tonight in someone's illustration.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 folding chairs. I'm mad.
Me too.
All right. Well, now I want to take a quick sponsor break because our
Pay some
sponsors
bills.
help make this happen. And let's start with Clever Kaiju because most of you are part of Clever Kaiju, and people need to know more. So, Gary, Nate, and Isaac, and James. I forgot to say James Rutherford is probably joining us later. If he can't make it tonight, we do have his art.
He will be here.
But yeah, guys, you take it away, and I will share your website screen.
Isaac, you wanna take this
Sure. Yeah. Oh, here's our website. Sweet. On our Instagram, I think we have our link tree with maybe it's just a list of links that's easier to go to. But we are an artist community started by James Rutherford, Nate, and Gary, and myself. And we started with just in a coffee shop, just meeting with ourselves, but we added more and more people to the group. And we've run a Discord community, and we're starting YouTube content, and we host the Pin Clique with Deanna. And we just have a sort of a mission here to unite artists, inspire, encourage, and support artists, because we know what it's like to be isolated.
Yep.
Yeah, and there will be a link to the Discord and everything else in the description later on. But if you are interested in art, if you do art, you guys should check out the Discord. You'll meet a lot of people. You'll learn a lot.
Yeah.
And
it's
it's a great platform that you can join in, and you're not required to be involved. It's entirely up to you how little or how much you want to be involved. Not everything on it is really geared for everyone, so you can just stick to what you're familiar with and who you know, and just kind of grow at your own pace. There's no expectations, which those big communities and those big like forums, they can get kind of overwhelming. We have a lot to talk about, and
And Isaac is hosting little art challenges for Hot Sec there / maybe like there's a few job postings or people looking for jobs.
Right. Everything from commission work that people are just needing somebody. We're like, we have somebody like that, or hey, we got somebody that's looking for an artist. Or also we're hosting special in-house projects, like big, pretty big production pieces where we're gathering people of our within Kaiju to produce some really high quality stuff that I bring it up, but we can't talk about them, but there's a couple, and they're awesome, but you just have to keep in touch with Kaiju to figure out like as those progress, but they're actually moving pretty quickly, so hopefully we'll be able to share more information about them. But
there you go, everybody. Follow the Discord, follow the social media, and you'll get to finally hear about this when they quit teasing us.
Yeah. Yay, leverage.
Thank you, Clever Kaiju, for bringing all these artists to our show. Making my life more interesting. Thank you. So, do we go by volunteer or am I picking in 3?
I'll go this time.
I knew he was
No.
volunteer last.
It is Cherry.
All right.
Oh my.
So quick background. This summer, we always plant a garden, and this year we planted a cucumber plant for the first time. And we didn't keep track of all the cucumbers that was growing in our garden. And one of them got absolutely enormous. And he actually turned into this guy.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it goes by the name of the Smirking Gherkin, even though he's not smirking. But
Dude, that is great.
It's fantastic. Eyes are so expressive.
The attitude in that mouth.
I know. Yeah.
Was this digital or traditional?
it is ink and watercolor, and then I work some digital magic on top of that.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's right.
He's so smug for a dude with no nose.
Now,
Yeah, I
how
think
tall
I-
do you
Yeah.
think he is?
I was imagining him probably 3 feet, 3.5 feet.
I mean, for a cucumber, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Don't judge him. That's why he became a fighter.
Hey, that cucumber's small though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, got his ass kicking boots on. I really like the bloom as the hair.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those eyes, though, they're just piercing.
He also said smug, and I look at it and I think maybe there's like an inner turmoil that grew out of the abandonment issues of having been ignored in the garden for so long. Deep hurt and anger there.
Just imagine how, like, I see his mouth opening down to almost the middle of his chest. Like, just rows of teeth.
All look like seeds.
Just seeds, right? Yeah, just the
Yeah.
seed nubs.
I like how you even have like the
Number
yellow
seeds, so they're all
stripe.
soft.
You still
The
do,
yellow-
yeah.
The yellow line like down the markings of the cucumber still, and like the cool colors mixed in with the green there, like in the non-lit areas. That's really nice looking too.
Yeah.
Really, really
Like
nice
the
looking.
texture in the paint.
Yeah. Man, you and Daryl with that, and Eric too, with that watercolor. Man,
Yeah.
golly, hate it. Hate watercolor. Just makes
That's
me
the third
angry.
rule of Gary. Don't go first, don't go last, no watercolor.
The watercolor bad. What?
That's just so cool. That's impressive.
This is wonderful, man.
I would totally buy this action figure.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah.
What kind of stuff did you do to it digitally after the fact? Because it's like it's so seamless between the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
It's
what
got
did you go in and do afterwards?
got a couple of adjustment layers on it, just to deepen the shadows and smooth a few things out, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, if you
great.
did, man, you didn't overwork it at all. Like there's an ambient kind of glow in the yellow, but I could see that naturally occurring just in the yellow, like the way the green and the yellow bring together. It doesn't look like it was tampered with at all, man.
Thanks.
I mean, I haven't seen the original. I could be completely wrong, but I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
is the original on gray
Staring
paper?
at his face.
The
What?
original's on white paper.
Did you do a
And then-
gray first and then put the colors on?
So it was watercolored on white paper, and then I did all the adjustment layers, and
I
then
don't know
I condensed everything and put it onto a multiply layer, and then put the gray behind it, so that
Oh, that okay. Yeah,
it kind of
almost like an underpainting kind of layer.
kind of,
Just
yeah.
with that gray
And then
with
I
the
matched
multiply.
out wherever I wanted the highlights, and
That's clever, yeah.
kind of backwards way to do it, but
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Once you've
cool.
assessed your values the way you want them, and then you can just set that grade to where however you want to bring out the parts that you want. Not,
Yep.
it's like an underpainting that you can control, like after the
Yeah.
fact, and that's cool. That's clever.
Heck yeah, dude, that's great.
Awesome. Good debut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Haley's right, man. It's seamless between the digital and the
Mhm.
traditional. Like I was trying to figure that out too. I was like, what? How?
Like-
I've been trying for a long time to mix the two together, and I don't know. So far, this is the best looking version.
yeah.
You're doing something right,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Dude, that's nice.
Nice. Now, who can I have next? I'm looking at all of them right now, and they're all amazing. And I will choose if I have to. Okay.
I guess you're just gonna have to pick one, and you're gonna have to talk about them because.
No more art. Deanna's gonna just describe all of our art.
She's
for
just
the
gonna
rest of
describe
it.
them all. She's obviously a bigger fan of it than we are.
Show again. This looks like this, and I think that maybe they did this, and I don't know what that's called. And
She'll definitely sound more excited about it than we do.
I am. I'm just happy to be a fly on the wall. Oh my gosh, Haley.
The lines of skeleton.
Yes.
So, is that an icon that just happens to be a crying baby, or is that part of the image?
Really well with the skeleton. I mean, I don't have to share my wrestler. That should have been it.
Yeah, that should have been it. That's the victim.
So that's not your drawing?
Did like these really beautiful characters, and they're clever, and they have like names for it, and I fell short on that, and I just ended up painting a big blue man.
Oh, that's wicked. No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an anatomy study, though, man.
Yeah.
Your muscles are impressive.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks.
Now talk about the drawing, Nate.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
No,
I think I
I
got
love
beat
the
on
idea.
Juicy.
Yeah, I was trying to lean towards the idea of like, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm like trying to come up with a reason as to why I was lazy for not thinking of some sort of creative mutant boy, but I just love like what spooks me is when something's just like freaking lean and just muscle and oily and rage
Yeah.
and just oh man. So
Yeah, there is something just like barbaric about it and just unsettling. Like,
This one to me looks like he's very tall, and that yell he's doing is probably piercing.
yeah, that's yeah, there you go.
That's what I see.
he's probably
Brushstrokes
yelling
are
at Daryl's guy on the wall, like, "Get out of here!
nice.
Quit bothering people!"
Oh, the 12-foot guy versus a 3-foot-tall smirking gherkin. That sounds
Yes.
like a more fun matchup.
One big damn cucumber.
Those,
got a
those
cucumber
brushstrokes
versus-
are really nice though. Like I like the brush strokes
Yeah,
that you
Oh.
did.
the highlight in the neck, the way the neck strains, and that lighter blue that highlights that's. Yeah, he's yelling with his whole body.
Yeah, I always love that. Like you'll when you do figures, like you always have they always have a nice shape, and they're just up against these nice. You pick a beautiful color or just to contrast the figure, and it just looks so cool, man. Like with the baby, that's not really what that looks like with the baby head, but you did like two figures that were like skeleton and like muscle, and they were on like a black background, and they're just gorgeous, man. It's insane. So if you haven't checked her work out, you should. Yeah, you're getting paid to do this stuff with someone. Nintendo, give us free stuff. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
But no, it's good. I really, really like it. And that mask, I can't get over that mask and like how the lighting hits that mask. It's so nice.
There's like an DC character called Airwave that it reminds me of in a little way, like a really mad Airwave.
Yeah.
yeah, something like the mask and with like the line shooting back gave me a little bit of like old Flash. Like
Yeah,
there's
like
some-
a
Yeah.
Yeah.
like not
But
even
like-
reverse flash because that's actually a thing, but like inverted flash. I don't know.
Smart flash.
Yeah, at the very least, just the designer brain is firing off just because the color choices alone. Like those complement so well.
Well,
Me too.
I like how he disappeared. He kind of fades into the dark at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who-
it draws your eye up there to, to where you're supposed to look. I love that. Good composition.
It's the grown-up artist version of putting hands in pockets, you know?
But you can still see like the knuckles and
Yeah, no, it's still there. Yeah, all the information is there.
it's
Yeah.
there. The information's there. It's not like it's like a mitten hand.
Yeah.
Like a chubby lobster claw.
It's not
like,
Rob
no, like-
Liefeld hiding everything in fog and mist.
Right.
I want to draw feet.
Or just behind the hill.
You're like, wait, Rob, I thought those characters were on a beach.
Those are in the sand.
Maybe he's just Papa Smurf all is one of the Smurfs all grown up.
Papa pumped.
Papa,
Ugh.
oh, there you go.
Oh, Smurf.
There you go.
Awesome, Haley, as always.
Very well done.
Thanks
Very,
for the prize.
very well done.
The only thing I'm surprised at is he didn't frighten me for like I'll have nightmares. You are like my favorite at doing that.
You seem a little disappointed.
I really liked it, but yeah, I love it when I'm like, I can't sleep. Haley's art's still in my head.
The queen of scare rouse, is that the term you
Yes.
you brought? Yeah.
All right, time for another sponsor break. And we're happy to take breaks if anyone else would like to sponsor this show. Gary mentioned Nintendo, and these guys can draw your wrestlers for a game, obviously. Print company would be wonderful. I would love to make some prints and give them away.
Or Copic. Or Copic.
Everybody hold up something you
Yeah.
want now. But the sponsor we're talking about now is VisionCon. First I'm going to share, let me see. I'm going to share my screen page so I can share both. This is the announcement they made. VisionCon was originally in February, I guess, 30 years ago. They moved to end of April, beginning of May for many years. And then they decided to make an announcement at the Friday the 13th showing recently at the Alamo because they have moved to October 13th through 15th for 2023.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes. I always get this name wrong if I don't have it right in front of me. The University Plaza Hotel and Convention Center. Right?
Yeah.
Is that,
Thank
it's
you.
not the expo, right? Is it not the expo?
Yeah, it's across. That's the expo's connected.
Yeah,
To
it's the
that.
same. It's the same spot.
Same place as last
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as last
Expo
time.
Center.
Okay.
Expo
Yeah.
Center across from the University Plaza, where you
Right.
can book a hotel at VisionCon pricing eventually. I'm not sure if the hotel rooms are up yet, but you can go to visioncon.net and buy tickets now because you know you're going anyway, right? Why wait? And vendor booth sales are open. So if you want a spot, grab one while they got them. I mean, it's a ways away, but they always fill up and it's always a good time. And Clever Kaiju will be there.
Yes.
Yes.
You will.
You can't miss us. We're usually that whole section in the middle, that chasm
Yeah,
of.
loud as hell.
There's a good booth set up there.
Forgot to unshare screen before I clicked that down. That's why I'm scared to have the Google Drive with all the art in it on my computer during the show. I'm so worried I'm going to show it. But thank you, VisionCon. And on with the show. Do I
I'll
have?
go.
Yay, John! Thank you.
All right.
Another new addition to the Pin Clique, and we're very happy to have you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sharing.
Yeah, you
yours.
got to pull him up though.
All right. Do you want to say anything before I share screen, or?
I don't guess so.
Okay.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
It's there, right?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
See, this is exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel I don't really know what my process was. Everybody went behind the backstory. Well, almost everybody went into the backstory, and this was just the first image that occurred to me. A guy with a crab, part crab. Yeah, and I'm a Luddite, so I don't use computers very much at all.
Sure.
So I just worked it out in my sketchbook. Now my sketchbook next to me. Once it's down, I can show you the sketch that I did. I guess working up to it, and yeah, I just penciled it with my pencil and inked it with my brush. I did. I mean, I worked it out in my sketchbook a little bit, and the one way that I will use a computer is, like, if I'm drawing in my sketchbook and I can't get that hand right, I'll just scoot over to another piece on the page and draw it however it comes to mind. And so the hand was too big, so I'll scan it in and I'll move things around, and then I'll lightbox it and pencil it, and then ink it. So
That's so cool.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I love the guy peeping over the ring there. Like,
Oh,
underneath
little
the
kid.
book. That
You have
is
the audience.
yes, and
The
there's
guy,
like a guy.
she's
their
that old
feet.
lady. She's just all
The
into
guy
it.
smiling, like in the background there. Like, scroll down, like down further.
Oh, those
Okay, you see
two-
the hand and see
Oh my
like the
gosh.
teeth down there, like this person smiling. That is
Yes.
so wicked.
The guy's throwing up, but the girl, the old lady's loving it.
It's
Or is
like
her
not
teeth
me.
falling out?
Yeah.
I didn't notice right away that his head is just been
Yeah.
snapped off and is flying away.
That arc too is fantabulous.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
serious. Like,
I
this
keep trying to.
this arc. Nice
Yeah.
arc there.
I keep wanting to be like, oh yeah, man, I really like this, and then I see something else. I'm like, no, you should mention about how much you like that, and then I see something else. I'm like, oh no,
I
mention
know.
like that. And just- holy crap!
Originally, I'd intended to do it
Oh,
two color, like with black and red, but then I had to white out something, and I thought, well, the color isn't going to take to that piece of spot on the paper anymore, so it's just
Yeah.
black and white.
Oh,
Striking. Yeah.
That line work is awesome.
Well, I like
I
how his
know.
body just kind of disappears into the, into the white of the mat, but also kind of looks like you just assume that it's pooled and flooded with white, like it's just like he's just probably just in a pool of his own blood, and the
I
details
just
don't
stopped
matter at a
drawing.
certain spot.
There wasn't any thought to it.
Did you do those lights with like whiteout flicks or
With a toothbrush, yeah.
yeah, dude, that's cool.
Nice touch.
And then I went back in a little bit with black and cleaned them up a little bit because it. And originally, I had intended to do a bunch of cross hatching to kind of make the crowd just sort of like fade in, but I reached a point where I had spent so much time on it that I was like, "Fucking, oh, screw it, I'm gonna black it in." So.
That's
Hey, we're a late night
It works.
show. It's fine.
Yeah, we're like that show, so you're good. You're good.
we're not monetized yet. We don't know what our. No,
And
that
yeah,
looks
like
so
all the
cool,
little
man.
The
That's
background. A lot of times when I'm drawing comics, my favorite stuff to draw is like the boring. The main characters typically in a comic they're kind of heroic and bland and boring, and you have to draw them over and over and over again. So it's always the I'm a huge Mad Magazine fan. I grew up, like, when I was a kid, my mom would take me, go to the grocery store. I would make a beeline for the magazine racks and read Mad Magazine and Cracked Magazine and
Yeah.
all of the chicken fat that would go on in the background. Love that stuff. So yeah, in a lot of comic book stories, if you see my stuff, if there are crowds in the background, I'll populate them with people doing things, just because that's where the real fun, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got to draw attractive person again from these, just from a different angle, but you can fill the background with all types of, knuckleheads.
I'm glad you mentioned Mad Magazine because that was my first thought seeing all the characters in the background was that they were straight out of Mad Magazine. But
Oh, thanks, man.
I wasn't sure if that was intentional or you did it. Annoyed by that
It's
statement.
a reflex action at this point. Just because I'm a nut for like old Wally Wood and Jack Davis, and you know.
Is it in
Like
your
silly-
subconscious? It just comes out before you even realize you're drawing it?
No, it just occurs to me while I'm doing it, and I'll get, as fun as drawing a half crab wrestler, or maybe a fourth crab wrestler, is my, just the process of drawing and inking. It becomes tedious, and so I'll entertain myself on the side. Go, okay, I want people I want to put in the background, and I'll sort of sketch them out just for a giggle. I mean, an old lady getting so excited she spits her fake teeth out. I mean,
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, see, it looks like at first it looked like she loves what she's like. It looked like a smile, and then I saw the teeth. It looked like she had this grin.
yeah,
She looks thrilled. The girl underneath her looks thrilled.
yeah. I thought putting I mean, I guess she's kind of horrific looking, but she's cleavage. So the idea of like an attractive girl really getting off on the violence is, and the two women, the old woman and the girl, are really into it. And
And that guy at the bottom
one of them
yeah.
looks like he's about to vomit, and the other one is literally melting.
He's just about to faint. Yeah, he's fainting.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on, and this is so cool. And this is exactly what I expected, like to come in. It's like, man, there's going to be some sort of mutant like creature body horror mashup, and it's like I've been around a lot of these guys enough to know. Like, in fact, I've even created a shirt for some, because they've influenced me. I found myself taking a page from some of them with the gruesome stuff, and it was just a matter of time before we stumbled on. This definitely checks all the boxes, man. This is awesome.
I'm a big Wrightson nut too, so grotesque.
Oh yeah, your line tapering is very Wrightson, so that makes sense. I like that.
I can imagine this guy in the Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I can imagine him there.
Yeah, like I love how exaggerated your characters are. I've seen like your pages too, and it's just like insane. Like his pages are busy, and that takes a lot of patience to do, because comics are labor. Luckily I don't have to do that, but that is labor, man. And I have mad respect for people who do that and do it traditionally on top of that. Oh man, here's to you, dude. But yeah, great stuff.
No, and since the camera's back up, here's the sketchbook I was working out in. See that?
Oh man.
Oh
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice little hand there.
love seeing that.
Very well done, man. Awesome contribution. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Having never met you before and like hanging out with you first time, the full comic book collection in the back now makes a lot more sense.
Just a couple of spinner racks and
Yeah.
Back when drugstores carried them, he's just like, well, I guess I'll take them home if you don't want them.
yeah. Well, a buddy of mine opened a comic shop like probably 35, nearly 40 years ago, and I helped him move in, and he gave me one of them.
Well, that's
So
cool.
I've had carrying that one around for a few decades, and then the one over there, I was lucky, and about 6 years ago, there's a resale shop in Little Rock where we were living at the time, and they had one, and he gave me a sweetheart deal on it. I think I got it for $90.
Oh, cool.
So I was lucky, because those things go for like $400. So
Wow.
yeah.
I priced them before and I was shocked. I didn't realize that would be that much.
Yeah.
And I said, I guess I'll keep it in the boxes.
Yeah, my wife told me that if when I die, she's gonna, because friends of mine, I want your spinner racks, and my wife always says, no, when he dies, I'm putting my shoes in them.
Well, thanks, John.
Yeah.
We're getting towards
That's
the
wicked.
end. Is it Gary's turn yet? We're
I can
running
go if
out
you
of
want.
time.
We got
Not go last.
It was just Isaac and I left.
Yeah.
And James.
Eric.
James, yeah,
Did we
James.
see Eric?
James. Eric's just hanging
Yeah,
out
is
tonight.
Eric-
He
yeah, is Eric just
decided-
hanging out?
You're
Oh,
muted
okay.
right now, dude.
He's just
Eric,
bringing the
you're muted.
charisma.
Yeah, your mic's muted, Eric.
For a second, I thought he wasn't paying attention.
You've always been saying stuff the whole time and we couldn't hear.
Oh no! Did you know you were muted?
Yeah, I muted myself a little bit.
Oh, okay. I was like, no.
That wasn't mute. That was part mode.
You're like,
Yeah.
why is everyone ignoring my comments?
All right, I can go next.
No, I'm,
Okay. He
we
beat you
wanna-
to
Oh,
it,
wait.
Gary.
Oh wait, you don't go last? Is that part
Well,
of
I
it?
James would go last.
Technically,
James would
James
go
is last
last,
because we're
but-
still hoping he might pop in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did he send a description to anybody?
no.
Okay, we're
Because
just
I
gonna
think
talk
he's
about
gonna
him
be here,
then.
so.
I have the art. Okay, all right. Rock, paper, scissors, fellas. It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, you want to
I
rock,
can
paper,
go.
scissors? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Isaac's gonna go. Then let Isaac go.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if there's a lag. I don't know if that'll work.
Oh, yeah, I know,
See what
right?
throws up first.
I mean,
Yeah, I can go next. But can someone share it?
Oh,
Mine's the Macho Man Spiders. Man
Nice.
Spiders, plural.
Spiders. Macho.
giving me a minute.
It's just
I
one.
would've
It's
been
just
able to
one
figure that out.
wrestler.
All right, I'm
but
gonna
it's
download
plural.
it because straight
Yeah,
out of the
6
drive
times.
is tiny.
I did this at Memphis Comic Expo.
all right.
Oh, last weekend.
Yeah. mhm. So it's ink and
Alright.
Copic marker.
Nice.
All right, here it comes.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, that's a wicked idea, man.
Wow.
See.
Neat.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my gosh, how many spiders are there?
Well, I'm not sure if the right arm comes off or any other part.
You made it. Yes, I don't know.
So yeah, the idea is that he can like come back together, and his torso, the legs on his torso will fit down into the hips, and his
Oh,
the legs on his head will fit into the shoulder, neck area. So, and then it can pop off whenever he wants and separate out, kick butt, and come back. So,
that's a very clever idea, man. That's like Krang, like Ninja Turtles
yeah,
Krang
kind of like yeah.
stuff.
I think
I
I was
feel-
thinking of like the old action figures that were like you can pop the arms off and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking old
Modular.
Motu figures from like the 80s. It looks like something that'd be from Masters of the Universe.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Old.
he can wrestle on his own, or he could play a tag team match
Right, yeah.
by himself.
Yeah.
Or wrestle himself.
If they made like more like him, they can mix and match.
Yeah. The Motu character was a Modulok.
Yeah.
He's got a mask on too.
He does.
Glasses.
So
Before
are
I
the
zoomed in, I
spiders
thought that was
like
spider
aware of the
head.
person, or is it the person with a spider? Like, is that?
Yeah. Is it a spider that poses as a person?
Yeah.
Spiders.
Oh my god.
That's very clever.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I like how those colors are laid
Where he's
out.
coming out of is creeping me out, man.
When we came up with this prompt idea, we were all in the room together. Like we
Yeah.
were within arm's length of each other when we came up with these. Was this all?
Yeah.
How many of you have already had yours in mind from the very beginning?
I didn't.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No,
I was
I-
like, did you pitch that prompt because you wanted to do this and couldn't find it in any other way?
Right. Yeah. No. I just made it up on this. It's the first thing that came to me.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know why. It's weird. But it's definitely my MO is zany and weird stuff.
I agree.
I love that. Like all these characters I've seen tonight, I'm like, I want action figures of these.
I know.
things.
Well, that's the thing. Is like, is this going to become another like short comic as well? Like we are inside a worm.
No. Yeah, I think so. on this one.
Am I a man?
mean-
Am I a spider? Am I several pieces of a man in a spider suit?
Or am I just a cucumber?
There were spiders growing inside the cucumber, and this is what came out of them.
Don't worry, friend. You could be a forgotten fruit.
Oh. I love it.
How would you even pin this guy?
I guess that's the question. Because it's like just when you thought like 6 legs or 6 arms was enough, you got 8 arms on another guy. Like, whoa, where does the madness end? Well, this guy is literally made of body parts of spiders, each with their own 8. Like, we're just one-upping each other in this.
It's got to be the shoulders, right? The main shoulders. Do spiders have shoulders?
No, I guess that's why they occupy this body, because evolution hasn't favored them for shoulders yet.
Yeah.
The only way he could compete.
Yeah.
They could compete.
I did give them 6 legs instead of 8.
Oh.
And that was just stylistic choice. Because I liked that number of lines coming out of it.
the balance of it.
One of them has 7. Well, yeah, one of them has 7.
So the spiders
Which
are even
one?
mutated beyond just being part of the mutation.
It's got a nice Mike Mignola feel to it.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a compliment.
I love this, man.
Yeah, this is
Makes
cool,
me
man.
like a Johnson
Very
drawing.
nice.
Oh, what?
The Daniel Johnson drawing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's Daniel Warren Johnson. That's who we're talking about? The
No.
comic artist?
The musician who he drew stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen his. It's a pretty famous drawing. It's a frog with like stalk eyes, and it says, "Hi, how are you?"
I can't picture it. No.
Uh,
It reminds me of that drawing.
well,
Okay.
Daniel Johnson was a musician, like an awesome
I'll look it
musician,
up.
like the '80s and '90s, and like it's like a big influence on like Nirvana and the Melvins and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a really good documentary on him.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
cool.
I was alive during that time. That's my most influential years. So, yeah. So I'm
Oh
not
my
like
gosh.
completely out of the loop.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Within that same vein, a musician that I love and just never even realized that he's also an amazing artist, Rob Zombie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had
No,
no clue that
yeah.
Rob Zombie was also good.
I don't think that's really a secret so much, but yeah, you're right. Like it's like his art style is a little unexpected. Like I expected
I've
him
got
to be
one of his
awesome.
comics.
Right. They said the same about Hitler, but I digress.
I like how we came back and said when we have James.
James,
Mr. James
Yeah.
Rutherford.
welcome in. I thought we called
Good
security.
He snuck in while Isaac was showing his piece.
Mm.
Well,
I think it's
James, good timing, because next is Gary and then you. So
All
good
right.
timing. But first, sponsor break.
Sponsor.
Sponsor break. We are up to Tremendicon, a multimedia creators convention. Is that the right pose? Yeah. Share screen.
Make sure you show the right window.
Talk out loud so you can do it. Okay. There we are, Tremendicon. This will be year number 2 for Tremendicon. Coming to the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield, Missouri. I forgot to say Springfield, Missouri for VisionCon. Most of us are here, I forget. Some people aren't. Both conventions, Springfield, Missouri. I believe, are tickets on sale for this already, Gary? I think they are.
I want to say yes, they are
Okay.
already. If not, I'm pretty sure they are.
Okay.
And if not, it will be soon. But I am really sure that they are.
Yeah, and if not, the guy that puts the website together could probably make that happen. Right, Gary?
Well, actually, not that guy. The guy that has to set up the stuff behind that so he can sell
Mr. Dave.
the.
Okay. Well, Tremendicon features 8 tracks. It's a track-based convention. And we have got, I always miss one. We've got artists track, writers, game design, comic books, cosplay, makers,
Yeah.
multimedia, which involves theater, film, television, podcasting, music, a little bit of everything. We expect that to expand into its own. That'll expand with years, I'm sure. And then we have a
Yes.
kids track because this is a family-friendly
Oh,
convention.
Dave says yes, they are. So tickets are on sale. Thank you.
Tickets
for-
are on
see
sale,
that?
and
That's
you
how
know you're
your
going to this
friends
one
love you.
too.
They're watching your show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
They
We should
are on
just-
sale.
Yeah, nobody's
just
chatting
say
in
incorrect-
chat right now, but they are texting us. We're like, man,
Guys, we should just say incorrect things just to get them to talk to us.
like my phone's going off, and I'm just like, do you not know how this works?
When
Tease
you
the
come
hell
to
out of everybody.
Tremendicon, you will meet people that make the stuff you love, and they will teach you how they do it. You can just watch, you can participate in panels, you can learn, everybody collaborates, and both conventions, I need to write more notes, Gary. Both conventions are nonprofit. They give their proceeds to local charities that deserve it. So
This year is
it's Ozarks Food Harvest for
Ozarks
us.
Food Harvest. Yeah. I'm not sure who Vision Cons is, but yeah, it was.
I
Ozarks
I
Food
will
Harvest
have
for
to
us
look
this year.
it. I know it's on our Facebook page, and they give clothing for children throughout the year. It's a boutique that collects clothing and lets kids come in and shop
Oh,
for
very
it.
cool. Okay.
So I apologize. I'll make better notes for episode 2. I'm rusty. I've had time off. But stop share. So
Well,
thank
we
you.
well, we worked a
Tremendicon.
convention like as the season was progressing, and then right after the season was over, it's like we just all needed a break because we convention.
Everybody's brains just quit for a month.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric, show everybody your whole shirt.
Oh,
At Tremendicon, we did a live pin click, and since it was off season, it was Camp Wanna Click a Pin.
Yeah.
Do a little pose, Eric.
Yeah,
Come
do a little
on.
pose. Do a little turn. Yeah.
Any model.
Yeah, do your little
My
turn.
head is on Eric's body.
On the catwalk. Shirt designed by James Rutherford, our boy down there in the bottom. We basically had a quick what would be cool in this snap moment, like right now, if we had a sudden t-shirt design out of the blue and we had a bunch of them ordered like within a week, and James was like, all right.
Available on the Clever Kaiju website.
It is.
Correct?
Yeah. There's in the merch store, we actually do have them available.
Sweet.
We'll have to
All
add that
right,
into it.
back to the show.
Danzer is I'm confused by the YouTubes. Like, you mean in general? Like, in general? Because so am I.
What?
Or our
What were
use
you
of the YouTube?
comment?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. I don't know what he means.
Just as soon as I made a comment about nobody nobody commenting, but then like texting us directly.
Yeah, I'm new to it too. I usually watch and don't talk or share. I'm the creeper. But back to the show. Gary, it is your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Almost last this time.
Almost.
I'm not sharing yours, right? Did he freeze?
It looks like he froze.
gross.
Oh, the chat. Well, I understand. Yeah.
You guys see me okay?
Oh my goodness.
It's awesome.
Poor monkey.
Is that just blood or his mouth guard or his teeth flying out?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yes, all of it.
The tooth.
Yeah, that's a very illegal hit, I think.
The entire prompt for Gary to draw this was he wanted to draw
Not
something
in
spanking him up.
space.
They just one fell spank.
I feel bad because they only have 2 hours each. I'm like, oh man.
Now tell us about these characters.
Here I picture him being like some being like amphibious, but this guy is like Block the Crusher or something. And amphibious is just working his ass, obviously. Because amphibious is the superior athlete.
I like like how many different themes that
But,
this night has
what I
given.
did, and I just blew it up. But I painted pretty much all on one layer except for like the lighting. And then I put some lighting behind his head.
Oh, Gary, you're breaking up, bud.
Just
Yeah,
need the matrix.
just a little bit. I mean, we're getting it though.
It,
Do you think, Gary? Do you think it's because you're sharing screen?
no, hold on.
You haven't broken up at all the whole show.
There you
so
go.
far. Okay.
How is this better? Can you
Oh,
still see
yeah,
my
yeah.
screen?
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
Okay, perfect. I don't know why my internet's been crap. Don't get AT&T. We don't want an AT&T sponsorship.
Because they had the phone in hand, and you smacked them down.
Like, no.
Oh, hang it
Nope.
up, Paul. We're not interested.
Yep. I'll hang it up for him because they suck. But anyway, after I finished this, I copied it and then I put a big old motion blur on it, and I put a mask layer on it, and then just started like erasing the parts that were like still, but the parts that had motion to them I kept in.
Yeah.
So like if you let me turn this guy off. See. I had a lot of fun doing this one, and the fact that I had a little bit more time to do it too
Yeah.
is just, yeah, definitely. I had a hard time at first. I was like, what kind of mutant am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I just kept it like action figure cartoony, man. I was like, I'm gonna make a fish guy and I'm gonna make a monkey beast guy and keep it super basic.
I mean, my thought process was, I'll make him blue.
all I know is my gut says blue.
But it came out great though. Like the blue guy came out great.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that.
I love this piece, the forms on him, the light shining from the back, that
Yeah.
little motion blur is great. Little texture on the fish body. Makes him look yucky.
Yeah, there's
Love
a lot
it.
of depth and dimension in like his face, like around his eye. There's just,
Yeah, I was
just the
about to say
contrast
that.
in
I
it.
think his
Yeah,
mascara makes his eyes pop.
Yeah.
Definitely like the scale texture.
Mm-hmm.
Scales
So
are
what I
so
really
fun to
notice is the motion. That's a powerful hit. I can tell
Yeah,
not just
that's
the,
like
the spittle coming out, but his scream in the amphibian's mouth. He's yelling as he's punching. He's putting his whole body into that.
yeah, that was a full arm haymaker. Like little dude should have seen that hit coming. And apparently did nothing.
Right
he
there.
deserves 100% of that punch.
So he probably saw it coming. He was mouthing.
Yeah.
Mouthing.
That's one of those punches where it's just like, you deserve getting hit by that. Like
Now I imagine slow motion right before he makes contact. The monkey goes, "Oh no!"
Where's my tooth? There's my
Like
tooth.
that hit looks so hard that I'm pretty sure Amphibious might fall down with him. Like, it might just
Like
happen.
it weaken, yeah, he's weak in his own knees.
This was a very fun prompt, man, and yeah.
$20 says that kid from John's drawing takes that tooth as soon as it lands on the mat.
Makes his necklace.
The one that threw up, he's got his tooth in his nachos.
No, the kid that was peering over the
Oh,
the
okay,
ring
yeah,
with the
gotcha.
beanie. He picked up that tooth and he made a necklace out of it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's good. I love the
Black.
colors, like the purple and the orange
Yeah.
and the yellow, the way they complement.
Well, it makes a very
it's
distinct.
funny that you said that because Eric and I were talking. He was in town last weekend,
Right.
and him and I was bitching to him about color and how much I sucked at it. And I was like, it was like, dude, like it just pisses me off. Color pisses me off. And then he just really broke it down for me in like this way where I was just like, I'm dumb. And then I just kind of broke it. And
I
then
might have
just
to have
kinda-
this conversation. He came and visited me at the shop, and we talked about everything else. So maybe we need to have that adult conversation.
This sounds like a tutorial video because I need color theory help.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring you on for a YouTube video on color.
I took his advice. Is him and Haley is Aaron too from work, Aaron Ashford.
Mhm.
He was the other guy, but it's when I talked to Eric is when it like super duper clicked. It was like, oh, okay, because a lot of people don't know this. Eric is, would you say, traditionally trained?
Classically trained.
Yeah, classically trained. Yeah, dude, and he just broke that shit down for me, man. And I was like, okay, now I get a little bit more. And I sat down and did this, and I was proud of how it came out. So,
Yeah.
big thanks to Eric. I might as well just put his name at the bottom of the corner there.
It's a collab.
Like a collab. Yeah,
Classically
no
trained
joke.
collab.
So
Very
yeah,
cool, man.
big props to Eric and my homeboy Aaron Ashford out there for that.
I'm ready for that tutorial video because man, color.
Yeah.
I look for those tutorials in the books, and there is jack out there that is decent. And I'm slightly colorblind in the green spectrum, and that adds an extra level of complication to it. Just makes it obnoxious. Yeah, any good color theory stuff, I'm ready for.
If you want like a book, the creator of Dinotopia
James
made,
Aaron.
he made a book on color and light. That has been my little religious Bible.
Yeah,
for color and light. It's so good.
I have it. That means I need to go. I actually need to open it and go through it.
You collectors.
I know.
Like what? I was supposed to look inside that? Oh.
Well, we were speaking of Spectrum earlier. I met him at Spectrum and had him sign it, and I'm just so excited. I didn't actually go past page 10. I don't think.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's my childhood.
Amy Kern popped in at some point. I think we were so mesmerized by what we were
I
looking.
see her.
Yeah. Hi.
Stephanie
Sorry we
Chan.
missed you. I had no idea how long she's been in.
She jumped in to make sure we're not saying wrong things about Tremendicon.
So you're too late.
She's watching us.
We did not bone up our dates tonight, we promise.
I don't think I said them out loud. They were on the screen.
Yeah, graphic.
I couldn't screw it
Yeah,
up.
that's true. There was physical evidence.
Graphics don't lie. Well, wait, I take that back.
Wait, didn't we have to change the Facebook event header?
Yes.
There was the wrong date on it.
Yeah.
And neither one of us caught it. Yeah.
But we nailed it this time, though. I promise.
Yes. I have that.
Who is doing? I guess we're not gonna talk about it yet, but who is doing next month's show on here?
I can look at who we have so far. Whenever this is done.
I haven't missed one yet, so I
we'll
guess
go back to that.
I
Okay.
think December is the only one I'm out on this year.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one too.
I
Yeah,
know.
we can't
I
tell them
almost
what
did
it
the
is.
game. I almost did.
We can't. Yeah, we can't tell them what it is.
Yeah.
Everyone's
That's gonna be
keeping
hard.
schedule. We can't tell you what it is. You have to find out every episode.
Planning
like-
ahead makes it hard to keep secrets.
But you can't tell anybody, man. You got to be
Yeah,
really
but-
Kevin Feige about that man. You can't
waiting
tell
till the week
anybody.
before the show to find out what we're doing is more difficult.
Yeah.
For you guys.
Well, and I was like, if I know in advance, I can actually get started early. And no.
Well, at least you have time to kick it around for a little bit. Like you have time to decide on what you're going to ignore until the last
Yeah.
minute.
All right, James, are you ready to go?
I think so.
We're ready for
All right, here
it.
we go.
I remember how to do this.
So what happens? We take the mid-season off, and everyone forgets how to use Zoom.
Yeah, that's why we meet half an hour early so we can be like, oh yeah, that's where that button is. Okay, I might know. I might have it.
Oh yes.
Another crab guy.
Nice.
Dude, I'm saying we have 2 themes running.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The nipples.
Nipples on the underarm hair, man.
Yeah. Yeah, James, you made up for
Our
the
guys are
underarm.
pretty aquatic.
Oh.
Most of an aquatic.
Like I guarantee he's beat some opponents just because they couldn't take their eyes off of his weird his little nipple.
Could you imagine getting him in a grapple and he just feeling it?
gosh.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Poking you in the eye with that.
I think the person just gets mesmerized and he just lops the head off with the big claw.
Oh.
Does the claw have teeth in it?
No, usually the crab claws, the bigger ones, they have like
Little grooves.
bumps and grooves in it.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
like, did
That's
you
what
put
makes
human
it
teeth in a
hurt.
claw?
I like the monarch eyebrows from like Venture
Oh,
Bros.
yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh,
talk
he
us
did
through
it.
the different mutations on this guy. I'm seeing quite a few.
Well,
The
you got
pet
the,
hair.
you know, I mean, and you got the humanoid crab going on, the nipple mutations, the eyebrows.
The armpit hair.
Yeah, I love that pet hair.
I was like, it's, you always see these wrestlers, at least the ones in the 80s, they stick their arm up to the chair. They always had hair like sticking out. Like, you got to do that. And then I kind of wanted to do the old fisticuffs wrestlers. So he's got the handlebar style mustache going on. And then the older style, like onesie, unitard thing with the single shoulder strap.
Yeah. Like the Andre the Giant kind of thing, but tattered.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was like, you got to give him that evil, like, I can't pay the rent, but I am paying the rent type of thing. So he's got like the goatee there.
Dude, those colors are nice.
Yeah.
I
That
painted this whole
texture
thing on the
treatment.
iPad using Procreate.
Nice.
So this was my first dabble in that.
Really?
Yeah.
I just looked through all the arcs. I made little mini slideshows of each season. And this guy looks like he might be in the world with, I think it was, was it a squid for your tavern party?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Kraken.
Yeah. The Kraken.
Kraken. Okay.
Yeah. I kind of went with the same head style on that one.
Is that what it is? Something's making me think those guys would know each other.
Yeah. It's the hat horn, the kind of weird pointed head.
Nice.
I love the colors you use for that though, and that surface treatment that you use for the crab, like with the bumps and the oranges, or the speckles with like the orange and that nice little cream color in there. Yeah, it's real nice, Clark. Real nice.
Real nice.
The like little barnacle zit things, the hair, the
Yeah.
weird nipple trauma that's going on. Like,
Nipple trauma.
Yeah. I
Like
showed it to my wife, and she's like, "Oh, it looks nice." I said, "Did you check out those nipples?"
No, they completely flipped my attention, I guess.
Not lose those every match. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the first thing I grab for. They're like,
it's like every pre-match interview he does, they're just sitting there twitching while he's talking.
Yeah, while he's screaming at the camera. Like, I'm sorry, it's really hard for me to take you serious
Sorry, I
with
cannot
those things.
focus on your face.
No, I'm sorry. Please continue.
That would be hilarious to animate too.
Yeah.
It's like, I told you.
If he was a video game character, his idle animation, like that would be awesome. Just
Right, they just kind of twitch.
yeah, they twitch while his antenna just bob up
Yeah.
and down.
The
I can
monarch
picture
eyebrows.
him, like,
That was such a
the
good
whole
pull.
rubbing the hands together.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet you. I hope this is one. Well, when we get further down in our seasons, we can do sequels to certain.
Oh, yeah, no,
props.
There's a few that definitely deserve a sequel.
Yeah, this would definitely be one of them.
I think so
for sure. Like Mutant League Wrestling would. I think so. What do you guys out there in internet land think? If you're watching right now, or if you're watching this later, let us know what you think below. Do you think we should do a sequel to Mutant League Wrestling? I think so. It would be fun. If not, you're not hurting my feelings because we can always do something new. But let us know.
This is another one of those episodes where I pretty much want every single one of these as an action figure.
I know,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Hasbro, Kenner, that's who we need.
The silhouette
We
of
don't
this one-
possibly have
Mecha.
enough arms for most of these. Like we'd have to pull from
Mecha,
other
Mattel.
action figures. Like that
Give
ain't
us free
new.
stuff.
No, make our stuff.
Yeah, make our stuff, then give us free stuff.
Take old Ren and Stimpy figures and repurpose them. We know how this works.
Awesome. Good way to end the art portion of the show.
Yes.
Woohoo! And now, our final sponsor. And
We need
that
some of
happens-
that. We need some of that mid-century advertisement music. So, like when you're talking, we can play it.
And that
I mean,
little screen
I
that says,
can.
"And now back to the show."
Nate can cue that in.
I can't. I mean, I've got music to cue in whenever we do our outro, but you know, the mid-century
Piece
stuff.
at a time. Piece at a time.
Yeah.
All right. Our final sponsor for the evening is Playco Games, which I happen to be a co-owner of.
Yeah.
And we have 3 games available. We have Civicus dice game, Danger Dinosaur, and Epic Monster Tea Party. Anywhere from ages 5 to teens to adults. Everything plays in under an hour, some 30 minutes. Small boxes, easy to carry around, and you can buy them all right now because the holidays are coming up at playcogames.com. So go buy some games. I got an attic full.
You'll have to bring some by the
And-
studio, and we'll do like a live play of all of them.
We really need to make that happen before Christmas, maybe.
Do a
Probably
Will
after
Wheaton
Christmas.
style tabletop.
Yeah.
But now is the portion of the show where we enter the plug zone. It's a weird name, but my good friend Zach Wilson. I do it again.
Listen.
It is
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
He's Zach. He's
Hey,
Zach.
Zach, if you're watching this right now, I didn't forget.
I said it. I just doubted myself.
Right. It was either that or
know,
Hayes.
His virtual Isaac Hayes. He came up with the plug zone, and as weird as it sounds, it's very, very helpful for all of you to find these wonderful creative artists later on and see more of their stuff and maybe buy some of their stuff or meet them at a convention in person, which is even way more fun. So I'm going to go in the same order you guys presented tonight. So Nate, you're up first.
Oh, what do I do?
Where can they find you? What are you up to?
I am.
What do you want to share?
I am Nate, co-founder of Clever Kaiju. I'm also owner of Mammoth Press LLC, graphic design, illustration, and animation. I'm also a tattoo artist here in Springfield at Body Creations Inc. here in Springfield, Missouri. I'm creator of the Potbelly Mammoth. Right hand. A Potbelly Mammoth series. It's actually a published book, but also at potbellymammoth.com. And host of the Mammoth Press Multicade. It's an arcade cabinet that I designed and built myself, and I more often than not anymore I still Twitch stream live from the cabinet, as well as a YouTube series on at Mammoth Press of where I interview other entrepreneurs and artists and creators while we play their favorite retro games.
Nice.
Okay, Daryl, what are you up to? What have you been doing? Where can they find you?
I am online at knightsend.com. You Google my name, right there. And I'm pretty much the only name that comes up. And I love this show because this is like the only time I do art. So that's why I'm here. Otherwise, I'm a visual effects artist of various things. So
Playing with dead bodies.
yes.
Yeah, we hear some good stories before we go live. It's really fun. That's why you should meet these people in person. Hear these stories. All right. Thank you. Next, Cliff.
Well, I don't really have anything to plug.
Yeah.
I do have, you can find some of my old work. I've been kind of quiet lately on Instagram at Cliff_Gamble. And I've got a website with some older work that I'm going to be updating. It's cgamblestudio.com. And that's about it.
Perfect. Check him out. Miss Haley, what's new with
Yeah.
you?
Sorry, I'm going to follow Mr. Cliff Gamble on Instagram.
And that's the first thing I do when they send me their links. I go and stalk and like things. And yeah.
Talk about peer pressure, am I right?
Currently working over at Tack Wagon with Mr. Gary Bedell himself, do concept, do freelance illustrations on the side. The whole if someone gives me money, I'll draw something for them. Artist lifestyle. I've got my portfolio up on ArtStation, just under first and last name. Same thing with Instagram, the less professional portfolio, but the probably larger one, chilling out on there as well. Both of them messages, commissions, whatever.
Whatever.
We do it. I draw it. It's
Whatever you need. Okay, John, you're up.
Oh,
Plug away.
Gosh, as far as find me, I guess, is that a beagle? I'm on Instagram. I'm on Jolton Johnny Lucas. On Twitter, him what jolts. I've got the current regular artist on a strip called Frankenstein for a British kids humor horror magazine called Monster Fun. Gosh, later on this year, I guess I'm finally start talking about it publicly. A book I've wanted to do for probably about 20 years. I finally found a publisher for it, and it should be coming out. It's going to be crowdfunding through Zoop, but the publisher is Humanoids, the French company. It's a book called Monster Hands, and it's like an adventure humor. I've joked for years saying that it's all of the influence that I've been told by editors for the last several decades that would never sell. And I put it all in one book, and I'm putting out at a time where the market will prove all of them right. Yeah, if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, when it comes up, I won't be able to shut up about it. And yeah, working on other oddball stuff, I guess, but nothing's far along enough for me to talk about it.
What was the Instagram again?
Jolton Johnny Lucas, JOLTIN Johnny Lucas.
Everybody be like Haley. This right now.
No,
That's a good example.
I mean, for the name, probably add him what jolts. So
Wait, is Jolty, you said? Jolty what?
Jolton Johnny Lucas.
Is that your dog? Your icon on Instagram?
Yeah, he died about 5 years ago, but I can't change it.
Yeah, why would you? It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Draws comics, eats, and poos. Very good.
In that order.
And,
Okay, who was next? Isaac, you were next in line tonight.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if I was or not. Ike Comics, ikecomics.com. That's my Instagram and Facebook as well. I've made a few sci-fi one-shot comics that are available on there. You can read a lot of my comics on my website in webcomic format. I'm working on a new book right now that I plan on sharing basically the whole journey, the whole process of making it that I'm not going to name yet.
You're not going to tell yet, or you haven't named yet?
Oh, I'm not going to say it yet.
Do you have I forget the name of it. Inside a worm.
We are
next to
inside
you?
a worm.
Do you have that next to you?
It's not a
No,
comic.
I'm
That's
not
a
a
statement.
comic.
That's the truth.
I am
Oh,
super
you-
excited about that because it was inspired by a piece of art from an
Yeah.
October pin click. There it is.
Oh yeah, that's the book.
Nice.
Yeah, the cover isn't exactly the same. He redid it, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
piece
I redid the art for this one because to match the look of the book, but it came from the art I did for the prompt.
Eaten, a love story.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I rewatched that episode, and Haley and I both were making comments about if that was a comic cover, I would pick it up and check it out. And now it is.
Yeah,
I can't wait
so-
to read it.
To pay up.
Yeah.
All right, Gary Bedell, what's going on?
I messed with my camera. My camera's being wonky. I messed with it like the other day, and it now looks like an old VCR.
Yeah.
Some of those
I thought it was a
settings-
filter he added. Like,
No, that is not.
you
a
can come up with
filter.
your
That
cool
is my
backgrounds. I'm
camera
gonna
effing up.
1980s my foreground.
RoboCop booting up.
Yeah.
like Max Headroom over here.
Yeah.
No, artist Gary Bedell here. I'm usually with the Clever Kaiju crew. I'm on the Discord with them. You can find me at www.artistgarybedell.com. You can find get to my Instagram from there, or you can just find me on Instagram under artistgarybedell.com. I will be at Missouri Comic Con. That's actually later on. That's in February, but I will be at Game with Isaac and Nate from Clever Kaiju, and if we're lucky, James might be there too. If we're lucky.
Yeah, so long as the deer
You guys
stay
are-
home.
I've just been working on some stuff with with Haley here with the Tack Wagon. Got some personal stuff. I can't talk about what's coming out, but I've actually got something coming out with Chaosium, the people who do Call of Cthulhu. So,
Nice.
and we've been working on this for like 2 years. So, finally, it's gonna come out, and when it does, I can talk about it. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
When
Are
when
you
is
guys
game?
again this year?
Wait, what?
Are you gonna be in Wichita again this year?
I would like to be in Wichita. Again
Yeah, I don't
this
see why
year.
not. Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
good time.
It was awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm not sure either, John. We didn't get a table yet, and they said they're sold out. But as far as I know, you guys didn't get one. I didn't get a table yet. So it's kind of I was on the fence with that one. Just
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Yeah,
a
I
lot of
wasn't sure. If
cons
we were,
going on at the time, but
Yeah.
I'd still like to. I'm just not sure if I can make it happen. Yeah.
All right, James, tell us what you're up to.
You're muted, James.
Yeah, the dog went nuts. Somebody across the
Oh.
street. The dog started barking.
Is that Yoshi?
Yeah, it was Yoshi.
You didn't answer my question if that was a beagle.
No, it was he's a shepherd, border collie, border collie mix. I'm being told. He's a goofball. We'll give him that. Gary's met him. And he'll forget you like 10 minutes later after he hasn't seen you, and then pretend that he never met you and then try to eat you.
That dog is Drew Barrymore from 50 First Dates. That's what that dog is.
All right, so I'm on J Rutherford Art on Instagram. That's about all I got going on right now. I do stuff with Gary and Nate. There's a collaborative project I'm going to be trying to work on as well. So we'll see where that works out.
Yep.
See, viewers, all these teasers you're getting, you have to keep tuning in every month when they finally spill the beans of what's going on, and we'll tell you where to find it.
And most of this stuff is like, you know, at least the stuff that me and Isaac and James are kind of talking about. Like these are born from the, you know, the kaiju empire that we've been building. Like these wouldn't happen if it wasn't for the collaboration and just like, you know what, I've never done anything like that before. Let's give it a shot. Like it's, even the pen click is really like our biggest toe in the water as far as like, well, what happens if we invite people to do work with us and share it, and because it's a lot to ask of all of you. I know I say it every episode, but like it's a lot of to ask of all of you artists, all you viewers who take the time to watch us show off. Like it's not easy to produce the work that you guys are producing, and the time that we've only been trying to make it easier on time, but it's no light feat, and we can't express how much we appreciate everyone who's involved, and especially how many people keep coming back. And I don't know, this beginning of season 3, it's like it feels like it was something that we were going to do in person maybe once a quarter or maybe once a year, and then COVID hit, and we're like, well, I guess we're going to do everything online, and we just kept doing it. And it all came down to the response that we got from everybody who pays attention to what we're up to, and all the artists are like, yeah, screw it, let's give it a shot. And so thank you.
We got one more plugger, Eric E. Danger Right.
Oh.
Better unmute yourself before you start plugging.
Yeah, I feel rude for.
But he didn't draw anything. Why does he get to plug?
He's a veteran, and he's going to be here next month.
Yeah, he's kind of the fifth Beatle of the kaiju.
Well, you get to plug in before you die of an aneurysm, fifth Beatle.
So follow me as at e.dangerright pretty much anywhere. Works for Facebook and Instagram. I don't know. I'm working on Truck Stop Hipsters. It's been about a year now, and it's still taking some time. Hopefully, I'll have it done soon. And that's about all I got for now.
But you can go see those progress shots for that comic too on his Instagram.
Yeah.
You get to see like the crazy watercoloring that I'm talking about, and that I just throw chairs over. Wonderful work.
Yeah, he's kind of the benchmark of watercolor. All three of you guys. It's gross.
All of these Instagrams are worth following. They're all awesome.
Yeah.
Entertaining. Now I'm gonna plug the Pin Clique. We always update the Facebook when it's time for new episodes. A few of our episodes we're going to ask for viewer prompts. So there's a few months this year where we're going to ask you guys to give us pieces of the prompts that they're going to have to incorporate. So keep an eye out for those. Let me see. There's always an event on Facebook to remind you when it's going to be on YouTube. We have the Pin Clique that is just there in case you want to share something. Nobody has yet, but we'd love for you guys to. There's the Discord channel. And you can see all of season 1, all of season 2, and season 3 as it's happening on Clever Kaiju's YouTube page. Let's see. Next month, are we ready for that? First, one of you I think Gary, you were asking who's signed up so far for next month. I am excited to say season 3, we might have to start saying this month is full a few times, because we're getting enough artist responses that they're jumping on. And I would love to have everyone every time, but we're almost, we're gonna be at 2 hours again tonight.
There's 2 of you and 1 spot left. You will fight to the death for my affection and the spot in the show.
Yeah, some of us veterans might actually have to pull an Eric and just like, no, I'm just here for the fights.
Just here to talk about you guys.
Yeah.
Well, next month so far, I have signed up Gary Bedell, Adam McLaughlin.
Nice.
Daryl is coming back.
Fantastic.
Eric will be there.
Sweet.
Josh Meter. Is that right?
Oh, good.
And new, we've got Marco DeFilo. I may be saying these incorrectly. I haven't met them yet. I've only
he's awesome.
Brian Timmons.
Nice.
And Kelly Williams.
No kidding, really?
Yeah. Yeah. He was actually he was excited about drawing a wrestler.
Yeah.
But he just isn't that who it was, Isaac, that just talked to you at Memphis this past weekend?
Yeah, I think he was excited about the wrestler prompt, but with it being right after the convention with so little time, he's going to jump on the next month.
It was one of those, he met you last weekend. He's like, I'd love to do that. And he got home and he's like, wait a minute, I'm busy. Yes, this week.
Right.
So, yeah. So, there's a couple spots. If anybody is dying to do it, let me know. But here I will share the screen. The event will be up on Facebook soon. Oh, I know I opened it. Where's it at?
It's spooky month, right, Deanna?
Yeah.
It is October. It is
You better-
Halloween.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, shoot.
Get me in there.
Oh, see? You got to answer those questions when we ask them. All right, let me try to share again. Because
I'm doing it now.
oh my gosh. Hold on. I got to close everything and just open that up. Let me try again. We may not get to see it. That tab's not opening. It disappears every single time. Why? Nate, explain it.
I don't know.
I know why. I think that'll do it. You're my tech guy. All right, I can't make it large, but the boogeyman.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yay.
This is completely open, man. Isaac, thank you for creating the header this month for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like my typical art, but I did do that.
That was great.
I love the
though,
little
man.
hint.
It's not my thing, but I did the thing.
I mean, you guys tonight have seen what they did with Mutant Wrestlers. Imagine what they're gonna do for the boogeyman. What do you guys think the boogeyman looks like? We're gonna find out what they think he looks like.
Is this technically a sequel to the Baba Yaga? Because I know Baba Yaga technically had at least some kind of basic design that we kind of changed, but the boogeyman is literally up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, Baba Yaga, it was spooky characters of lore. We asked for voting. Baba Yaga won in season 1.
That's right.
Boogeyman was in there, but he didn't win that year, so.
No.
So you're just injecting him back into here. Like, don't worry, boogeyman, I got your back. We'll get him.
We got you. Don't haunt me. Don't haunt me. But, yeah, I think that might. What else have you guys got? Anything? Oh, I forgot to say, Thursday, October 27th is the last Thursday of the month, right before Halloween.
Yes.
So yes, join us. Anybody have anything else? Comments on the evening? Just something to say? Get off your chest. Anybody have to pee?
No, so this was this is season 1. I guess I jumped the gun on the whole thank you bits, but yeah. Outside of that, I guess.
Let's say the same. yeah. Thank you everyone for coming back. I can't believe this is season 3. It's amazing. You know, and all you guys, you know, newcomers and veterans, just thank you guys. Yeah, I just can't believe this is something that just started over the pandemic, and now here we are a couple years down the road doing this still.
Still having fun.
Still technically in the pandemic.
Yeah, the ass end of it, I guess. Yeah, man, just something to come out of it like this is just totally amazing. So.
Well, we've said it before. If we had not been all stuck at home, we would have told ourselves we were too busy to try this. Yeah. We kept pushing it off, and we were forced to do it, and I'm so glad it happened.
Yeah.
This is a blast. This is worth making time for.
Oh, and yeah.
What's so funny is I finally meet some of you in person. And I don't realize I've never met you in person.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Well, imagine bumping into Daryl and his family at Weird Al. I'm like, oh yeah, you're a local guy. I keep forgetting.
A real person.
I mean, it's enough for me to go all fanboy to begin with, but you know, it's like, oh my gosh, we're like totally in the same town doing the same thing. Is this your family? Beautiful family. Like, how do we not make it weird? Even though we've co-starred on a show for two seasons up to that point. So
yeah, thank you guys all for coming back. John and Cliff, thank you for joining us. I hope you want to come back. We got plenty of months.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just reach out when you're free, and we'll find you a spot. I think if you don't have a list, I can resend them to you.
I think you sent me one.
Yeah, the artists get a sneak peek, so we can tempt them.
And you have to come back so you can see the list. One little piece at a time.
Wait until you see what's happening in November and December.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
The final episode this year is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
So keep coming back, guys. And with that, of course, my cable's loose and my screen's going blank. So I'm signing off, I may not be able to see you guys.
Oh, look at that little fat guy.
Oh yeah.
Look at him.
Goodbye.
John,
Everybody's
everybody gets
self-conscious
self-conscious.
now,
Like,
Gary.
what?
Everybody's self-conscious now.
Making a noise for Pin
Oh no, this. Sorry.
All right. Well, with that, oh, we got a comment. Homebody Music says, "Oh gosh, I'll be watching next month's Pin Clique under a blanket. Be careful, look under your bed."
I'll probably be doing Pen Click under a blanket.
All right. Thank you all very much for joining us. And with that, hopefully we'll see you next month. Bye.
Sure.
No pin to click, guys. So you just get this.
Oh, got it, Gary. Mine's a weird clicker.
Oh, it's a terrible sound as a group.